Good morning, everybody. This is Don Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, coming to you with another live from Arlington, Washington. Today's content will be the baseball player biography of John Smoltz, as requested yesterday. So today we will be doing John Smoltz for our player biography. Hopefully you guys are having a good week out there and a good start to today. Looks like there are 2 people hanging out in the channel. Could be working, could be hanging out, getting ready and willing to listen to the biography for this awesome baseball player, Hall of Famer. I've got a couple of his rookie cards hanging out in front of me. Of course, we have the Don Russ 1989, the Fleer 1989, the Topps 1989, and the Upper Deck 1989 rookie cards for John Smoltz. And of course, in our new fashion with our upcoming year, for those that follow and or read my About Me tab on my page, you can see a couple of cards off to the left there. Rookie debut for Ronald Acuna Jr. He's waiting in the background off to the side there with a randomizer on this Saturday, most likely. If we do a live on Saturday, we will have the drawing for that. Actually, no, tomorrow's the 31st, the end of the month. In conjunction with our family mail call Friday, we will have a drawing for one lucky winner from this month that did something on the channel and went above and beyond since getting my 4,000 watch hours and having over my 1,000 subscribers and getting monetized on the channel. The way of entry will not be announced, but at one point in time, most likely, people will figure out how the monthly drawings work this year. So again, no hints, no clues, no anything like that, but each month, as long as the participants provide the correct information on the channel, unbeknownst to anybody in the chat, we will share the love in the channel. Again, this isn't about me, it is about all my faithful viewers and my channel watchers. So for those that get their entries in, by the way, you can get more than one entry in the month's drawing. So tomorrow, toward the end of the stream, we will know who and whom has been entered into the contest. I have a way of checking in my YouTube channel to verify that information. So we will get Paul Deitch is in the house. Nice to see you this morning, Paul. Thanks for making it in here. We got about 1 more minute. When I hit 10:30, I'll start going into the biography for John Smoltz. And then we will have time afterwards, undoubtedly, to talk about general things in the channel, different upcoming things going on, and looking forward to spring training next month. February is just around the corner here, starts Saturday. So we will be looking forward to that. So without further ado, it is now 10:30, and I am going to get into the biography for John Smoltz. So thanks, Paul, for hanging out and being the first in the chat this morning. I do appreciate that. All right. So without further ado, let's get into John Smoltz's biography. John Andrew Smoltz, born May 15th, 1967, sometimes nicknamed as Smoltzy and Marmaduke, is an American former baseball pitcher who played 22 seasons in Major League Baseball from 19 1988 to 2009, all but the last year with the Atlanta Braves. An 8-time All-Star, Smoltz was part of a celebrated trio starting pitchers, along with Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine, who propelled Atlanta to perennial pennant contention in the 1990s, highlighted by a championship in the 1995 World Series. He won the National League Cy Young Award in 1996 after posting a record of 24-8. Equaling the most victories by a National League pitcher since 1972. Though predominantly known as a starter, Smoltz was converted to a reliever in 2001 after his recovery from Tommy John surgery, and spent 4 years as the team's closer before returning to a starting role. In 2002, he set the National League record with 55 saves and became only the second pitcher in history joining Dennis Eckersley to record both a 20-win season and a 50-save season. He is the only pitcher in Major League history to record both 200 wins and 150 saves. Smoltz was one of the most prominent pitchers in playoff history, posting a record of 15-4 with a .267 earned run average in 41 career postseason games, and was named the most valuable player of the 1992 National League Championship Series. Andy Pettitte later broke his record for career postseason wins. Smoltz led the National League in wins, winning percentage, strikeouts, and innings pitched, twice each, and in his National League total, 3,084 strikeouts, ranked him 5th in league history when he retired. He also holds the Braves franchise record for career strikeouts at 3,011, and the record for most career games pitched for the Braves at 708. Since the club's move to Atlanta in 1966, from 2004 to 2014, he held the franchise record for career saves. Smoltz left the Braves after the 2008 and split his final season with the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. Since retiring as a player, he has served as a color commentator and analyst on television. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2015, in his first year of eligibility. Minor leagues and the trade to Atlanta. John Smoltz was an all-state baseball and football player at Waverly High School in Lansing, Michigan, before the Detroit Tigers selected him in the 22nd round of the 1985 amateur draft. He was the 574th selection of the draft. Smoltz played initially for the Class A Lakeland Tigers minor league team and then moved to the Class AA Glen Falls Tigers in 1987, posting a record of 7-8 and 4-10. On August 12, 1987, he was traded to the Atlanta Braves, where he played on their Class AAA Richmond Braves. The 1987 Tigers were in a three-team race, chasing the Toronto Blue Jays for the American League East Division lead. In need of pitching help, Detroit sent their 20-year-old prospect to the Braves for 36-year-old veteran Doyle Alexander. While Alexander did help the Tigers overtake the Blue Jays for the division title, he was out of baseball by 1989. Smoltz, on the other hand, had become one of the cornerstones of the Braves franchise for the next 2 decades. So in the major leagues, his early years from 1988 to 1997. Smoltz made his major league debut on July 23, 1988. He posted poor statistics in a dozen starts, but in 1989, Smoltz blossomed. In 29 starts, he recorded a 2-11 record with a 2.94 ERA while pitching 208 innings and was named to the National League All-Star team. Teammate Tom Glavine also had his first good year in 1989, raising optimism about the future of Atlanta's pitching staff. Over his career, Smoltz threw a four-seam fastball that was clocked as high as 98 miles per hour, a strong, effective slider, and an 88 to 91 mile per hour split-finger fastball that he used as a strikeout pitch. He also used a curveball and a changeup on occasion. And in 1999, he began experimenting with both a knuckleball and a screwball, though he rarely used either in game situations. He admitted in 2016 that he neither learned to throw sliders until he reached the MLB, nor does he recommend children to throw sliders. Smoltz began the 1991 season with a 2-11 record, and he began seeing a sports psychologist, after which he closed out the season on a 12-2 pace, helping the Braves win a tight National League West race. His winning ways continued into 1991 National League Championship Series. Smoltz won both his starts against the Pittsburgh Pirates, capped by a complete game shutout in the seventh game, propelling the Braves to their first World Series since moving to Atlanta in 1966. Smoltz had 2 no decisions against the Minnesota Twins, with a 1.26 ERA in the 7th and deciding game. He faced his former Detroit Tiger hero Jack Morris. Both starters pitched shutout ball for 7 innings before Smoltz was removed from the game 0-0 game during the Twins' threat in the 8th. Atlanta reliever Mike Stanton pitched out of the jam, getting Smoltz off the hook, and Morris eventually pitched a 10-inning complete game victory. The next year, Smoltz won 15 regular season games and was the MVP of the 1992 National League Championship Series, winning 2 games. He left the 7th game trailing, but ended up with a no decision as the Braves mounted a dramatic 9th-inning comeback win in the World Series that year. Smoltz started 2 of the 6 games in the series with a no decision in Game 2 and a win, with the Braves facing elimination in Game 5. Before the 1993 season, the Braves signed renowned control pitcher Greg Maddux, completing along with Smoltz and Glavine what may consider to be the most accomplished starting trio ever assembled on a single major league team. Smoltz again won 15 games, but suffered his first postseason loss to the Philadelphia Phillies in the NLCS, despite not allowing an earned run. Smoltz had a 6-10 record in the strike-shortened 1994 season, and during the break, had bone chips removed from his elbow. Returning as the Braves' number 3 starter, he posted a 12-7 record in 1995. Smoltz had shaky postseason numbers, avoiding a decision despite a 6.6 ERA. But Smoltz and the Braves won the franchise's only World Series in Atlanta, thanks to great part to Maddux and Glavine, who had begun to overshadow Smoltz. The next season, 1996, was the best of Smoltz's career. He went 24-8 with a 2.94 ERA and 276 strikeouts, including winning a franchise record 14 straight decisions from April 9th to June 19th. He won the National League Cy Young Award with 26 of the 28 first-place votes. Smoltz's effectiveness in 1997 was only slightly less than his Cy Young season, but frugal and sport limited him to a 15-12 record. Smoltz also received a Silver Slugger Award for his batting. Injuries and move to the bullpen in 1998 to 2004. Sorry about that, I had to wet my whistle. See if it helps. Smoltz continued to post excellent statistics in 1998 and 1999, but he was spending significant time on the disabled list and missed about a quarter of his starts. In 1999, Smoltz began experimenting with both a knuckleball and a 3/4 delivery, though he rarely used either in game situations. He underwent Tommy John surgery before the 2000 season and missed the entire year. When he was unable to perform effectively as a starter in 2001, Smoltz made a transition to the bullpen, filling a void as Atlanta's new closer down the stretch, replacing John Rocker. In 2002, his first full season as a closer, Smoltz set a National League record with 55 saves, topping the previous mark of 53 shared by Randy Myers and Trevor Hoffman in 93 and 98, respectively. Smoltz finished third in the Cy Young Award voting. Eric Gagne equaled his record a year later with the Dodgers. Injuries limited Smoltz slightly in 2003, but he still recorded 45 saves with a 1.12 ERA in 64 and 1/3 innings pitched. In 2004, Smoltz finished with 44 saves. Nathan T. just flogged this. Hello all, pop in real quick, say hi, to a thumbs up. I hit to go to work. Take care. Oh, no problem. Thanks there, Nathan T. Appreciate you stopping by today. Really do. Thank you for jumping in on the stream here. All right. Okay, in 2004, Smoltz finished with 44 saves, but was frustrated with his inability to make an impact and closer during another Braves postseason loss. That year, he broke Gene Garber's franchise record of 141 saves. His final total of 154 saves was eventually surpassed by Craig Kimbrell in 2014. By this point, Smoltz was all that remained of the once dominant Atlanta Braves rotation of the 1990s. Tom Glavine had moved on to play for the Mets, a divisional rival, while Maddox returned to his old team, the Chicago Cubs. So returned to the rotation in 2005-2008. After 3 years as one of baseball's most dominating closers, the team's management agreed to return Smoltz to the starting rotation before the 2005 season. His renewed career as a starter began inauspiciously. He allowed 6 earned runs in only 1 2/3 innings, matching the shortest starts of his career, as the Braves were blown out on opening day by the Marlins. Poor run support contributed to a 0-3 start despite stronger pitching performances by Smoltz. After these initial difficulties, though, things fell into place. At the All-Star break, Smoltz was 9-5 with an ERA of 2.68 and was chosen for the 2005 National League All-Star team. Smoltz gave a solo home run to Miguel Tejada in the second inning of the American League's 7-5 victory. Sorry. And was charged with the loss. For his career, he was 1-2 in All-Star games, putting him in a tie for the most losses. Smoltz finished 2005 at 14-7 with a 3.06 ERA and 169 strikeouts while allowing less than 1 hit per inning. Smoltz had answered the critics who doubted he would be able to reach the 200-inning plateau after 3 years in the bullpen. Nonetheless, Smoltz's increased workload caused him to wear down toward the end of the season. Despite a sore shoulder, Smoltz pitched 7 innings in the Braves' 7-1 win over the Houston Astros in Game 2 of the 2005 National League Division Series. It was the only game the Braves won in the series against the eventual National League champions. The victory over Houston gave Smoltz a 13-4 record as a starter, 15-4 overall with a 2.65 ERA in the postseason. He has the second most postseason wins with 15 behind only Andy Pettitte with 19. They are followed by Glavine 14 and Maddox with 11. In 2006, Smoltz finished the season with a record 16-9, an ERA of 3.49, and 211 strikeouts. He was one of 4 pitchers tied for the National League in wins and was third in strikeouts. The fact that the Braves bullpen blew 6 of Smoltz's leads in 2006 robbed him of a strong chance at a 20-season win, a 20-win season. On September 21st, 2006, the Braves announced that they had picked up Smoltz's $8 million contract option for the 2007 season. On April 26, 2007, Smoltz agreed to a contract extension with the Braves. The extension included a $14 million salary for the 2008 season, a $12 million vesting option for 2009, dependent on his ability to pitch 200 innings in 2008, and a $12 or $13 million team option for 2010, depending on his ability to pitch 200 innings in 2009. 2007 was a year of reunions and milestones for Smoltz. On May 9th, he faced Maddox for the first time since July 10th, 1992. Driving but listening. All right there, Kevin. Thanks for hopping into the stream and saying hi. Smoltz earned a win in a 3-2 victory over the San Diego Padres. Maddox received no decision on May 24th, exactly 11 years to the day of recording his 100th win. Smoltz recorded his 200th win against Glavine. He faced Glavine 3 other times, faring 3-1 overall against him. On June 27th, Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox each recorded wins on the same day. On August 19th, Smoltz set the Braves strikeout record by striking out the Arizona Diamondbacks' Mark Reynolds. It was his 2,913th strikeout, passing Phil Niekro on the club's all-time list. He struck out a season-high 12 in the game. He finished the year 14-8 with a 3.11 ERA, 197 strikeouts, The stalwart pitching was the only holdover on the Braves roster from their 1991 worst to first season until Glavine returned to the Braves after an absence of several years following the 2007 season. On April 22, 2008, Smoltz became the 16th pitcher in Major League history to reach 3,000 career strikeouts, and the fourth pitcher to strike out 3,000 batters for one team, joining Walter Johnson, Bob Gibson, and Steve Carlton. On April 28, 2008, Smoltz was placed on the 15-day disabled list due to an inflamed right shoulder. Return to relief in 2008. On May 1st, 2008, Smoltz indicated that he intended to return to being a relief pitcher. After coming off the disabled list on June 2nd, 2008, he blew his first save opportunity in 3 years. 2 days later, the Braves placed him back on the disabled list. Smoltz underwent season-ending shoulder surgery on June 10th, 2008. His contract expired at the end of the season, and the contract offer from the Braves was not sufficient to keep him. Boston Red Sox in 2009. In December 2008, several members of the Boston Red Sox organization, including pitching coach John Farrell, vice president of player personnel Ben Cherington, and assistant trainer Mike Renoyd, flew to Atlanta to participate in a 90-minute workout with Smoltz, throwing for only the second time since having surgery on a torn labrum and his pitching shoulder. He threw a 50-pitch side session and showcased not only his tremendous progress since the surgery, but an arsenal of well-developed pitches which made him so successful throughout his career. He impressed the Red Sox enough during the workout that less than a month later, a one-year contract was offered by the organization. On January 13, 2009, Smoltz signed a one-year contract with the Red Sox for a reported base salary of $5.5 million, with roster time incentives and miscellaneous award incentives, which could net as much as $10 million. He made the first start in the Red Sox rotation on June 25th, allowing 7 hits and 5 runs through 5 innings. Smoltz posted a 2.5 record over 8 games with a 8.32 ERA and no quality starts. He was designated for assignment on August 7th after the 13-6 loss to the New York Yankees, giving the Red Sox 10 days to release or trade him or send him to the minors. The Red Sox offered Smoltz a minor league stint in order to prepare him to be placed in the bullpen, but he rejected the offer. On August 17th, the Red Sox released Smoltz. On August 19th, 2009, Smoltz signed with the St. Louis Cardinals. He made his debut against the Padres on August 23rd in his first game for the Cardinals. He went 5 innings. Kevin's card collecting and more. If you get pulled over, just hand the officer your Alex Madrid card. Hey, Donalds. That's a new name. That's okay. I understand the typo there, Hats. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Frank. All right. So against the Padres on August 23rd, in his first game for the Cardinals, he went 5 innings, striking out 9, walking none, while setting the Cardinals' franchise record by striking out 7 batters in a row. That win against the Padres with the Cardinals was his only win with St. Louis that season. Smoltz finished 1-3 with an ERA of 4.26 with the Cardinals. He was 3-8 with an ERA of 6.35 overall with the Red Sox and Cardinals in Game 3 of the National League Division Series. Smoltz pitched 2 innings of relief in a losing cause, allowing 4 hits and an earned run while striking out 5. So his number was retired on April 16, 2012. The Braves announced that they would retire Smoltz's number 29. The ceremony, which took place before June 8th, the June 8th game against the Toronto Blue Jays, included speeches from former broadcaster Pete Van Wieren, former teammate Matt Diaz, and former manager Bobby Cox. So after his retirement in 2008 and 2010, Smoltz served as a color analyst alongside Joe Simpson for the Braves on Peachtree TV. Nationally, Smoltz has been an analyst for MLB Network and called regular season and postseason games for TBS. In 2014, he was hired by Fox Sports as a game analyst. He was paired with Matt Vasgersian and called games in the number 2 booth. He also joined Fox Sports South and Sports South to be an analyst for select Braves games during the 2014 season. Smoltz replaced Harold Reynolds and Tom Verducci, his colleagues from MLB Network, and the lead analyst for Major League Baseball on Fox for the 2016 season, teaming up with Joe Buck. Smoltz was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility in 2015. He was the first starting pitcher since 1987 to be elected despite having fewer than 250 wins and only 1 Cy Young Award, and the first such starter ever elected on the first ballot. Let me look in the chat here real quick. Smoltz was awesome. Hate it when my Mets faced him. How are you, Kevin, Frank? Yo, Hats. All right. So as far as politics, Smoltz produced an automated campaign phone recording on behalf of the candidacy of Ralph E. Reed Jr. for Lieutenant Governor of Georgia during the 2006 primary. A 2004 interview, Smoltz was quoted as comparing the legalization of gay marriage with bestiality, saying, "What next? Marrying an animal? Go to Canada." Per the Associated Press, Smoltz later stated the article and portrayed his quote inaccurately. It was speculated that Smoltz might run for Congress in 2010 as a Republican candidate to fulfill departing John Lander's seat in Georgia's 7th Congressional District. On April 22, 2012, Smoltz hosted a fundraiser for Andrea Cascarilla, a Democratic candidate for state representative in Michigan's 71st House District. The 71st House District encompasses Waverly Senior High School, where Smoltz was an all-state baseball and basketball player. As far as philanthropy, Smoltz and his good friend Jeff Foxworthy teamed up for the charity event An Evening with Smoltz and Friends on November 9th, 2008 at the Verizon Amphitheater in Alpharetta to raise money for the John Schmaltz Foundation, which has supported numerous charitable endeavors in the Atlanta area over the past decade. Schmaltz is the Atlanta host for Big League Impact, an 8-city fantasy football network created by and led by longtime Cardinals pitcher and former teammate Adam Wainwright. In 2015, the organization raised more than $1 million for various charitable organizations. Let me just see here if there's anything else. I think that's pretty much encapsulates and rounds up as far as some of his stats, if you're interested in those. His overall win-loss record in the Major League Baseballs was 213 wins, 155 losses. His earned run average for his career was 3.33, 3,084 strikeouts, and 154 saves. He played with Atlanta from 1988 to 1999, and then 2001 to 2008. 2009, of course, he played for the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. He was on 8 All-Star games: 89, 92, 93, 96, 2002, 3, 5, and 7. He was part of the World Series championship in 1995, National League Cy Young Award in 1996, the NLCS MVP in 1992. He had a Silver Slugger Award in 1997, National League Rolaids Relief Man Award in 2002, Roberto Clemente Award in 2005, 2 times National League Wins Leader, 1996 and 2006, 2-time National League Strikeout Leader, 92 and 96, National League Saves Leader in 2002. Atlanta Braves number 29. His number 29 was retired, and he is also in the Braves Hall of Fame, and he is also a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, inducted in 2015 with 82.9% of the votes. And again, that was his first year of eligibility, and he got 82.9% of the vote. So there we have it, John Schmaltz. John Andrew Schmaltz, with his primary team being the Atlanta Braves. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head to go over. So other than that, does anybody have any questions while we're here, or anything else going on in your world that maybe I should be aware of? How's everything going for you there, Hats? It's nice having you in the stream. Haven't seen you in here too often lately, but hopefully things are going better. Anybody heard the grumblings with the Los Angeles Dodgers here of lately? Just wondering if anybody else has heard anything that's going on with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I've got a guy at church. He's a Los Angeles Dodgers fan, and supposedly they've got a lawsuit going right now. Just wondering if anybody heard about that. I haven't really had a chance to go online and check it out. Just kind of wondering if anybody in the channels have heard anything about it, just in case. Okay. So other than that, I can't think of anything else to go over today. Outside of I was going to try and do something on Saturday but I could not get anything or find anything in regards to that. I could briefly go over what I was going to do Saturday, or I could read through let me just get some feedback with the few people that are in the channel and the chat right now. I was thinking about doing in honor of his passing Kobe Bryant's biography and just read over that. I don't have a whole lot of basketball cards. I have probably a sleeve of about 1,000. But of course, I went through that whole sleeve. I've got some Michael Jordans. I've got some Wilt Chamberlains, a few different players, but I wasn't really a big basketball fan. But I did go through some of the cards I did have, and I don't think they're prominent cards, but they were Topps Chrome, various basketball cards through the years, and I did have that information available. But yeah, I didn't have any cards for Kobe Bryant, or I could have put them on display here, but I don't have any right now. Again, I am Hall of Fame Veterans Sports Cards and Collectibles. It doesn't say just baseball, but of course I do primarily baseball. But I could do that and add that to this stream if you guys want it. If you guys wanted to hang out with me for a little bit more. But I'm not getting any feedback from anybody in the channel, and if maybe I'll just save it and do it on Saturday, because I can't really think of anything I want to do on Saturday. I'm still working on trying to decide what to do on Saturdays. I might do some auctions coming up. I might do some auctions. So I'd like to get feedback on that too. If we did an auction on Saturday, at least I probably would get a little bit more participation. But I don't want to put any of my moderators on the spot, because usually when you do an auction, you do need help when you do that. So I don't know if anybody would be available to help me out on Saturday if I did do an auction early on in the day. I think Ethan's doing a sale, or let me put it this way: maybe you'd rather me do a sale instead of an auction. So any feedback on the channel in regards to that, I am open for any suggestions. And yeah, I got this tickle going on in my throat still. Don't know why it doesn't want to go away, but it is definitely I guess you could say the whole month of January has been just kind of miserable with my congestion that I have. Could be just part of life changing on me. You never know sometimes. So, any food for thought there, guys, that are still out in the chat there, in the chat world? What do we got here? Haven't seen no new chats really in a while. So, just kind of curious out there. I mean, I could do Kobe Bryant, or I could just put it on hold and do something for my wife must be lurking in the channel there. All right, let's see. Oh, my chat's not froze up, that's for sure. So, any food for thought, guys, before I get ready to wrap things up if no suggestions come in? Sorry, I'm not chatting much. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's fine. Don't get in an accident there, Kevin. Just kind of curious. Just kind of curious. Let me go back here. All right. So other than that, I guess we can just ratch. Look at that. Okay. So let me just do a refresh here on my computer. Okay. So other than that, I think I'll just go ahead and get ready to wrap things up for today. I believe this afternoon I'm going to try. Kevin, you know, Ethan's doing another sale today, right? He had sent me a message yesterday and said that he was. You don't have to respond in the chat. But yeah, I think he's doing a sale again this afternoon about 4:30 or so, if I remember right from what he was saying, which makes that about 7:30 his time. It's probably when he gets home from school. I guess he's only got classes Monday through Thursday. So Thursday after he's done with school, he heads home. So, all right. So without further ado then, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap things up for today. Doesn't necessarily have to be a longer stream, but maybe I might and maybe I might not. But I will ponder on everything else. Okay, yes, you'll be there. All right. So other than that, I can't think of anything else to do for today. So I usually don't have a stream that's this short, but without no other content, I do have plenty other projects to work on, that's for sure. So without further ado, I am going to get ready to wrap things up for today. And we will, I'm gonna, don't usually do it on this type of note, but probably about the 44-minute mark or so, I'll probably just end it for today. And we will come back. Maybe we'll see you guys in Ethan's stream this afternoon if I'm not busy or if my wife don't have me doing anything. I do have to work on a 2019-1984 project I'm working on, along with 1984 regular stuff also. The original 1984 project, I'm working on a big project there, sorting cards and getting things in order. So other than that, I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Kevin, you stay safe while you're driving. I don't know if you're heading home or going to work. I know you have a varying schedule. Nancy Ebery is in the house. Thanks, Nancy, for hopping in. She's here. All right, check out Nancy Ebery if you get a chance, people. I know I've seen her, I think maybe through Carter's Eats or something on that, of that nature. So, trying to remember for sure. I'm pretty sure that's where I know Nancy from. Yes. That is so weird. I know I was subscribed to her before, but somehow it popped off my radar. But Nancy, just so you do know, I Okay, no, yeah. I see what it was. Okay. No, yeah, me and Nancy are part of the same family. We're grouped together here. Sorry, I had to check something else. But yeah. So yeah, go ahead and check out Nancy Ebery. She's here. If you do have a chance to check out her channel, um, pay her a visit. All right. So other than that, yeah, I'm gonna do one other thing before I do forget here. Let me turn the camera around so you know I am here and I do exist. I went over what I was really gonna do because Nancy popped into the stream. But thanks, that's good, Nancy. Thank you for stopping by and showing some love on the channel, visiting. Make sure you give me a thumbs up in the stream, please, guys and gals. So other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap things up today. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Paul Deitch, have a great day, everyone. Nancy, thanks for popping in here. I went over Baseball Hall of Famer John Smoltz's biography today, and I am thinking about doing something else. It might come up on Saturday, and we'll see what happens between now and then as to what I want to do on Saturday. But other than that, you guys and gals have a great and wonderful day out there. Have a good weekend coming up. Yesterday was hump day, so today's Thursday. One more day for those that have their workaday life. But you guys just take care and have a wonderful day. Have a great day ahead, and you'll probably see me around the channels sometime, somewhere, sometime. You guys take care, okay? Bye now.